How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffle Rally and welcome back to a brand new top 5 countdown video. Today we'll be counting down the top 5 fan games of the week. Now before we get started, I should point out fan games can only be played on PCs. There's no way of playing them on your iPhone or your Android. There's only PC accessibility here, so please keep that in mind. If you want to see videos about games on your Androids, which would be ROM hacks, you can go and check out one of my many other videos about those sort of games. I have loads of videos that showcase different games, both unpopular games and very popular games, so if you're looking for something unique and different, there's going to be at least one video out there on my channel for you. But either way, today we're going to be counting down a top 5 fan games of the week, and let's just get started, I guess. So coming up first on the list is going to be Pokemon Angeli. Now this game has an interesting style, and honestly it is a bit weird. The overworld characters are 4th gen, while the rest of the world is in a Gen 3 style of tile sets, and I do kind of find that interesting. Now as for starter Pokemon, this game has Squirtle, Bagon, and Larvitar, which is a pretty interesting combination of mons to actually have. Now as for the rest of the game, it has an extremely story-driven kind of lore, or not lore, but like kind of gameplay sort of. There's kind of always something behind every corner. New legendary Pokemon are introduced in this game, so I guess they have their own custom-made ones, or they're gonna be using like a lot of different ones from like original ones. And either way, so they also have a new region, Zaela, which is the new region in this game, and I've got to say it's pretty cool, dude. I've played already this game on the channel and already showcased it. It's a pretty fun game, and you should definitely try it out if you want to. Definitely worth a try, I'd say. Now there is also tons of side questing, which I do think is a great thing. I do love that in games, and this game seems to be bringing that. This game is in like its version 16, I think, right now, of like version demo, I guess, which you know, that's got a lot of demo versions to be working on, and finally coming to number 16, which means a lot of things are already included in the game, but there are a few things missing. For example, edited NPC sprites is something that the person is working on, but it's not implemented in the demo. Also, updated battle UI, so the UI will be updated, the battle UI will be updated, but it's currently not in the current version of the demo. There's also 13 gyms to challenge, so way more than normal, which is awesome because then it means you'll just have more to do. There is also following Pokemon, which is a feature a lot of people love. You can also toggle it off and on by pressing control. It's just overall just a lot of things you can do in this game. Like, there's a lot of stuff, so I would definitely recommend this game. I've played it myself. It's a fun experience. Definitely check it out. But I think that's going to be it for this one. Let's go to the next one on the list, lads. Now next up is a game called Samus and Pikachu, the Subspace Emissary. Now this is a completed fan game, as far as I can see. This is a completed fan game, and essentially it's you playing as Samus from Metroid alongside Pikachu. It's a pretty cool game, I've got to say. I kind of do find it really interesting. The plot is like this. Trophy Land is being invaded by the forces of the Subspace Army. One particular smasher, Samus Aran, has had her Varia suit captured. In her Zero suit, Varia suit. In her Zero suit, she must infiltrate the research facility on the Isle of Ancients in order to retrieve it. What will she encounter? The facility's sinister halls. So I've already played a part of this game. It's actually really fun. It's kind of weird, but I think it's a great game to try out if you're looking for something interesting and different. And I haven't finished it yet, so if you're gonna be playing this game, definitely finish it because it seems to be having an interesting like story. And I guess when you get further into the game, you'll meet more different characters, because at the start you just meet robots. But I guess that's really all I can say about that. Either way, as for features, you can play as Samus Aran, Space Warrior and main character from Metroid series. The research facility storyline from the adventure mode, the Subspace Emissary of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, a newly redesigned party menu / screen inspired by the Super Smash Bros. Logo, which I do think is really cool because I've seen it in the actual game, and because you know when I played it. After you rescue Pikachu, will become your loyal partner for the rest of the game. So Pikachu does keep going along with you throughout the full game, which is really nice. But overall, it's a game that I definitely would recommend if you're looking for something different, something just fun and short, because this is a bit of a shorter game, and it is completed. It's 100% completed of a game, so definitely do give it a try if you're looking for something like that. So this is a game I'd recommend 100%. Now let's go to the next one on the list. Now next up is a game that is in a series of different games created by an amazing guy called Charizard3, which he's been making a lot of different games, and one of his current projects is Pokemon Gemstone. Now what's really interesting in this game is, overall, this game is pretty much finished in sense of, just in the sense of, lining everything out. Like, the actual general game is pretty much finished. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, Gemstone has everything up to those Elite 4. Like, the game actually goes from start to Elite 4. But there's one issue. There's a lot of missing NPCs. There's a lot of NPCs missing, there's a lot of items missing, and things that aren't implemented yet. But the game actually goes, and you can get all the way to Elite 4 as far as I can understand from the breakdown here. But overall, it's very simple of a game in sense of like what it's supposed to achieve. The plot of Gemstone is very simple. The player must travel through the Gemstone region to collect 8 badges and become the league champion. The main point of Gemstone is actually to prove a challenge in terms of gyms, rivals, and Elite 4 battles. So it's a bit of a game, I guess, where the battles against these guys is going to be a bit harder, a bit more, you know, strategical, try to do it a bit smarter. But overall, the game actually has a really nice style. Now, it is Gen 3 sort of in style. It's kind of easy to see that. But what's really interesting is the battles look really nice with that UI. And the world is really well mapped. Like, the mapping is really, really good in this game. So he utilizes the tile sets he has really well to make some decent looking maps. And even the gyms look sick that he has created. So definitely like a major, you know, like major yes for me on that department, because it really is well done. That the fact that he's added in so much extra stuff and just really done it well and just reworked the map to just look so good with what he has, considering the Gen 3 is kind of a hard thing to work with to make really good maps. It's just sometimes it's really hard to like make that style look nice to people and appealing to the eyes, because it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of outdated at this point. But he's managed to actually do it really well, and I freaking love this. It's very crisp. I love that, and he's really mapped it well. And as for the actual features in the game, he has edited third generation tile sets, which is what I'm talking about. He's changed the tile sets so they look a bit more crisp and nice and beautiful, which is what makes them look so nice here. And included with the well mapped areas, it looks really sweet, dude. New moves, and also moves that have featured from later generations, because this is I guess a Gen 3 sort of game. 2 rivals, which is fair enough. 8 gym leaders in Elite 4, of course, this is just logical stuff. New gym leaders, makes sense. New evolution methods for trade Pokemon, as always. Following Pokemon feature, which we all love. And a selection of existing Pokemon from all generations, including Generation 7, and Fairy type included. So, most of the things are in this game. Everything you really, you know, care about, want, it's really just there. It's, you know, it's included. So, there's really not much else to say about that stuff. But overall, I'd say this is an interesting game, and I want to see where it's going to go. So, if you're looking for a semi-finished game, where like it's actually finished but it really isn't, because it's missing some NPCs, some items, some working stuff, there's going to be a lot of errors and glitches in this game, so just keep that in mind. But if you're looking for something like that, you can definitely play this game. I think it would be worth it if you guys want to go for that. But yeah, give it a try if you want to. But either way, let's go to the next one on the list, ladies and gentlemen. Now, next up on the list is a game that's also completed, but there's one drawback. It's in Spanish, and that's really what I get so worked up about it, because I love the way this game looks, and I love the way this game has been made. It really, really is beautiful, but the problem is, it's in Spanish, so you can't really play that unless you know Spanish, or unless you just translate every part, or if you have somebody to tell you what's going on. So I will be let's playing this game, or live streaming it rather, so I can have viewers to explain things to me, and like, you know, translate things to me while I'm playing the game. But the game is actually really beautiful. Like, it is genuinely well done. The world looks beautiful. It's a Gen 4 style. The characters look insanely cool, and you get to play as, I guess, Steven, pretty much, which is really weird. But it's called Pokemon Ascension. It has a few features. Like, as far as for the features, like when you actually look at them, it's kind of hard to tell the features because of one reason. Well, it's in Spanish, so it's kind of hard to know what the extra features are. But I can see that they do have like the updated graphics, of course. They have new battle screens, which is great. I love that. Battle backgrounds, etc. New music, those sort of things. So overall, the actual like that stuff is good, but like as for the story, it's kind of hard to know what actually is going on. And I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to actually know what's going on, but as far as I understand, you're getting attacked by some evil guys called Team Omega, which are attacking your, you know, home city or whatever, and it just leads to a grand adventure. It's Pokemon. Well, I mean, what else would happen? You know, an evil team attacks, gotta do some crazy stuff. It's just the same old, really, when you think about it. But overall, it's a cool looking game. Like, just the art style is enough to just, you know, sell me on this game. Like, I want to play it just because of the way the game looks and how well it's like just how appealing it is to the eyes, and I love that. So I'll definitely give that, you know, an extra, like, you know, star on the top there. But it is a Spanish game, so if you're looking for something that isn't just like, you know, just like appealing, then this game probably wouldn't be a good thing for you. I mean, if you're looking for a game that you can play and actually enjoy the story 100%, and this is probably the wrong game, you should definitely go play something else. I would definitely recommend like something like the previous games we mentioned, or the last game we're gonna mention here. Go play one of those, because they're a lot better in the sense that you will have more than just, you know, more than just graphics to look at. So either way, let's go to the next one on the list, ladies and gentlemen. Now, next up is a game that it's just fantastic. I've played this already, and I've got to say, definitely recommend it. It's Pokemon Truth. This game is insanely cool. So let's talk about Pokemon Truth. Now, this game, you get to play as Volkner from Pokemon, the gym leader. I mean, that's kind of the sprite you play as, but I'm not sure if like you're actually him or whatever. But you get to play as him in this beautiful region that's kind of in a mixture of Gen 3, Gen 4, and a bit of Gen 5. It's kind of a mixture of everything in this. It's kind of this great, beautiful like mixture of all these things, and I love that. Now, the game is fantastic. You get to go into this world, you encounter Pokemon, you get to take on gyms, and the thing is, these Pokemon that you encounter, a lot of them can just follow you, get to know you, connect to you, and also you join this world through essentially a wish to go to the Pokemon world, and that's how you end up here. And then you have amnesia and stuff, and the way you choose your Pokemon is fantastic because you get to like have 3 entrances to a cave, and you get to enter the cave, and then you get a choice. Do you want to help the Pokemon inside the cave, or do you want to say no and go back and go to the next cave to choose your next Pokemon? It's just a beautiful way to choose a Pokemon. The story is interesting. It actually really captivated me. I was super interested in playing more of it, and it has this like Pokemon, like just weird feeling to it. It feels so different, but yet so familiar. Now, I'm gonna go through some of the features they have, which are really interesting. So they say unique plotline. I can definitely confirm that it does have a unique plotline. Explore 2 complete worlds: Stardust / Pokemon Mystery Dungeon world. So essentially, like I said, there is this version of the game where you play almost like a mystery dungeon sort of game, where you have like all these Pokemon living their own lives and humans aren't really like a thing. In Stratus, you live in the region Ranjan. The Pokemon's up to only up to only 5th generation. In the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Dimension world, it's a hidden dimension in the world of Stratus where there are only Pokemon and no humans, and the best part is Pokemon Talk, so you can actually talk to them. There's a day and night system, and you can choose between 3 starter Pokemon, which is Larvitar, Shinx, and Axew. So it's actually pretty interesting. The game has a interesting system where you can go from going from a normal Pokemon story or normal Pokemon world into the mystery dungeon world with no humans, and that is what I love about this game. That's what is so cool about this game, and why I would recommend it. Now, it's still in beta. I'm not sure if it's still being worked on, but I would definitely recommend you guys to definitely check it out and give the game a try. And that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. My name, as usual, has been Ruffled Route. I'll see you all the next time, guys. Have a great day, and seriously, bye-bye.